Welcome everyone. So today I'm really excited to present you SatoCash, NFC smart card for everyday transaction. In this presentation, we will talk about the money and history of broken trust. It's important to understand why the US dollar failed and why we have now Bitcoin. I will also explain a little bit about Cashu, the eCash protocol. I'm sure you are aware of this protocol, but it's really important to learn more about this, especially if you want to transact with Bitcoin. Next, I will outline how we envision building a new monetary system backed by Bitcoin and the Cashu protocol. And finally, I will show you a few videos about SatoCash, which is an NFC smart card that allows you to exchange Cashu token easily. So a bit about SatoChip. My name is Bastien. I'm the co-founder of SatoChip, a Belgian company that provides hardware and open source software solution based on smartcard. We use this technology since 2015, and our products are open source, as said, and offering the best trade-off between usability and security. So to start this presentation, I would like to give you a brief introduction as a manifesto. So if you are in the Bitcoin space, you will agree with me that money should remain in the hands of those who are using it, not in the hand of those who control it. This is the reality. We are using money, but every single payment passes through intermediaries, surveillance, control, hidden fees. These are the barriers we face when we want to use our own money. And here at SatoChip, and I'm sure you will agree with us, we don't want this. And we believe in an alternative, an open, secure, and resilient monetary system. So let's discover together how we can achieve this noble cause. So the chapter 1. We will discover how great was the money, especially the US dollar, when it was backed by gold, and then we will explain how Bitcoin can take the lead. So for centuries, the money was tied to a tangible commodity recognized by everyone. It was the gold. People trust this system because gold had intrinsic value, it's scarce, it cannot be easily manufactured, and it provided stable basis for trade. The Coinage Act of the United States in 1792 established the US as a means, meaning they can produce, circulate it, and regulate it coinage within the US. The primary unit at this time was silver due to an interesting gold to silver ratio. To remedy this problem about the silver to gold ratio, the Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1834, and this Coinage Act boosted the gold to ratio over the United States. The gold started to flow back into the United States while silver was flowing out. In 1900, the Gold Standard Act legally defined the dollar in terms of specific quantity of gold, meaning you can exchange your gold for paper money. This established a concrete benchmark for the value of the US dollar, ensuring that paper money could, in principle, of course, be redeemed for gold on demand. That was great because people trust the US dollar and trust it because they could at least redeem their money for gold. In 1933, Roosevelt signed the Executive Order 6102. All Americans had to sell their gold bullion and coins to the government at a fixed price of $20 per ounce, meaning the government fucked up. Immediately after confiscating the gold, Roosevelt raised the price of gold to $35 per ounce. This drastically increased the value of the government gold assets, allowing them to print more money. And this move devalued the US dollar by 14%. In 1971, Nixon ended the ability to exchange dollar for gold, effectively delivering the final blow to the gold standard. This marked the beginning of relentless global inflation across the world. But fortunately, in 2009, Satoshi Nakamoto introduced Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system that established a new standard for currency. So the question is, the dollar was successful when it was backed by gold, and then it collapsed, and the whole economic collapsed. Could we establish a new gold standard, but this time backed by Bitcoin? To answer this question, I will compare Bitcoin with gold and see if Bitcoin can be a good reserve. So the first point is scarcity. With fewer than 21 million units, Bitcoin is even scarcest than gold, which, unlike Bitcoin, is not a truly finite resource. Regarding the store of value, despite the price volatility we have seen this 10 years back about Bitcoin, it can be seen as a store of value. Optionally, we also see a huge trend on the gold price, and it's also quite volatile this year. So Bitcoin main advantage over gold reside in the decentralization. While gold production is controlled by a few major players, Bitcoin can be mined by anyone. It's truly permissionless. Regarding the durability, Bitcoin is built on the blockchain, making it completely immutable, unlike gold, which can be altered. Both assets can be divided, making them ideal for use as a monetary standard. We can divide Bitcoin as a sats denomination, and we have the layer 2 of the Lightning and then Cashu, of course. And finally, a good monetary standard should be portable. Gold is accessible through coins mainly, while Bitcoin is entirely digital, making it even easier to transfer than gold. So I personally think that Bitcoin can be seen as a currency reserve, just like gold. But to make it succeed, we need to be able to exchange Bitcoin just like we used to exchange gold. Meaning, we can look at the past and replicate what we did for the US dollar and do it for Bitcoin now. So if we look what I explained before, the very first step is the mint. So we need to establish mints that will produce, circulate, and regulate coinage. By coinage, I mean a solution that can be easily exchanged just like cash on top of Bitcoin, just like the United States did in 1792. The second step is defining Bitcoin to token ratio for an adoption of such token. So it will be very interesting to allow people to always exchange their tokens, could be an eCash token, for the same amount of Bitcoin anytime, anywhere. The step 3, well, we will have to act Bitcoin as a new standard, ensuring a fair peg and allowing everybody in the world to exchange Bitcoin for such eCash money. And the last step, which is the most important, don't mess. In an ideal world, those mechanisms would be fully decentralized and require little to no trust in third party. We have Bitcoin that requires no trust, but all the solutions built on top of Bitcoin should also be trustless. So, after seeing how the fiat currency failed, and after observing the failure of the past, let's look in the future. Is there a system that could replicate the functioning of a free currency backed by a reliable standard such as Bitcoin? The answer is, again, yes. And this system is composed, among other things, of the Cashu protocol. So, what's Cashu? Cashu is a a privacy-preserving eCash protocol built on top of Bitcoin. It uses the Lightning Network. It allows users to exchange Bitcoin for bearer tokens, for tokens that can be exchanged peer-to-peer easily with a high level of anonymity. Those tokens can be transferred peer-to-peer without revealing identity of both parties and without revealing the transaction history. In essence, Cashu brings the Schumann eCash, invented by David Chaum here, into the Bitcoin world using the blind signature to provide privacy similar to the cash. So how Cashu works? Well, it works just like the US dollar works in the past when it was working well. So the very first step is a user, name here WalletX because of anonymity, sending Bitcoin to a mint represented here by a bank. So you send Bitcoin through the Lightning Network to the mint, and the mint, the server, is issuing tokens in exchange for those Bitcoin you have deposited. Those tokens are bearer instruments. Whoever holds the tokens can spend it, okay? And the mint sign this token using a blind signature. This means the mint confirm that the tokens are valid, but cannot see which token they are and who is behind the token. As a result, the mint cannot later trace your spending, which is great with the mints. We saw previously that with the US mint, you have to trust the government. Here with the mint, you can either run your own mint, be your own bank, issuing your own eCash token, or you can use a trusted mint that will provide the Cashu token for you in exchange for your Bitcoin. Regarding the transfer between two users, you can send your Cashu tokens to anyone directly via a private channel or an application, and the receiver can verify that the tokens are valid and not already spent. Transfers are instant, permissionless, and completely private. Each transaction are unlinkable from the others, similar to handing physical cash to someone else. And the last step, whenever someone wants to redeem a token to get Bitcoin back, just like we did in the past with the US dollar and the gold, they can ask the mint to redeem the token, and the mint will verify that the tokens are valid and send the equivalent amount of Bitcoin over the Lightning Network. The tokens are then marked as spent, ensuring that they can't be reused later on by another mint or another person. So the process is really simple. You ask the bank, okay, I have a few Bitcoins, here is my Bitcoins, I want some eCash back. You have your eCash, you can exchange it just like cash, peer-to-peer style. You can send an SMS, you can send it over radio without internet access, and then if you want to recover your Bitcoin back, you just ask the mint. It could be you, your own mint. Okay, give me my Bitcoin back. This is the exact same functionality as how the US dollar works in the past, backed by gold. It's really simple. If you already have an eCash wallet, you can just scan this and have 500 sats free. So this is to show you one example of how we can exchange eCash. Well, it's just like cash. If someone scan it, I'm not the mint. I use Minibit's mint to issue these tokens, but you can redeem it easily. It's a GIF QR code. So the smart card technology. Now we have seen that we can have a new monetary system backed by Bitcoin, and we can effectively exchange it. Some people will say, okay, we can already use Bitcoin to exchange or to buy something, but with a 10-minute block time, it's a long time to wait for having a coffee, and you can't buy a coffee if the fees are high on the network. Of course, you can use the layer 2, such as Lightning Network, but here again, it will require you to have access to internet, sync your node, and trust somebody that will route your invoice to the merchant. So I'm sure that Cashu has a bright future, but we need the tools to be able to allow people to exchange those Cashu tokens just like we exchange cash. And that's how here that the smart card technology can bring a lot. So I take my notes, sorry. There you go. So to define this monetary system, we will dive into all the monetary layer and see where we have to work all together, not only SatoCash, but all together to make it work. So regarding the monetary layer, we saw that in the fiat standard, we had the central bank money issuing new money paper on demand. On the Bitcoin standard, we have the same thing. It's called the Cashu tokens. The second layer is the mint layer. We saw that for money to succeed, we need a mint that will define how we can print money, and we need this system to be fair for everyone and permissionless. On the fiat standard, it's again a central bank that will issue the money. On the Bitcoin standard, it could be an independent or a trusted mint, meaning you can be your own mint or you can use an existing mint. Regarding the transaction layer, this is the transportation layer, how the value moves. It's crucial to support multiple communication channels, such as internet, for people like us who have a smartphone and can send money through internet, but also using radio waves, using SMS, or any other mean of data exchange to ensure resilience and accessibility, because we know that there are some countries that needs to have access to free money and doesn't, for example, have access to bank or internet. Regarding the interface layer, in my opinion, this is the most crucial layer for mass adoption. Without practical tools or interfaces, they cannot be real usage. I show you a QR code, some people scan it, but if you don't have the needed wallet, if you don't have the needed hardware to easily exchange Cashu tokens, you won't succeed with this new technology. So we must provide accessible, open tools that allow everyone to use the new currency everywhere. And finally, it's also really important, the user experience layer. It ensures that people can interact with this technology without having any specific knowledge, because we know Bitcoin might be complex. The layer 2, like Lightning, is also something that might be complex for newcomers. So we need easy to use tools that even my mother can use on a daily basis. So regarding the interface layer, payment between entities are primarily facilitated through smart card technology. We both use a bank card, and we both use tap this bank card to POS terminal to exchange value between me, you, and the merchant. So this technology enables anyone, anywhere to spend funds quickly and securely while maintaining a very high level of protection against fraud. But what's a smart card at the end? Smart cards, it's no more than a plastic card with a secure element, the chip, that has information that cannot be tampered. Meaning, if you store something inside a secure chip, could be a private key, a proof, a token proof, nobody can extract information. The smart card is also equipped with NFC connectivity, so it can be used effortlessly online with a web shop or with a point of sale terminal or between two phones, because you can just tap the card on your NFC reader on your phone to accept a payment. So what could be really interesting is to have the whole Cashu solution on a smart card, meaning you can easily, when you are at home, put some Cashu tokens on your smart card and then go outside of your house and spend easily whenever you want, wherever you are, spend your Cashu tokens. It could be spending your Cashu tokens on a POS terminal. It could be tapping your card on the back of your phone. So this technology is really interesting. And it exists. It's called SatoCash. We are building a proof of concept currently that will store Cashu proofs inside a smart card. And in this chapter, I will explain what SatoCash is, the works we have already done with the Cashu tokens, the smart card technology, but also on the POS terminal part. And you will see how it works. And I think, no, it's not yet. The video just come after. So SatoCash is a dual interface smart card. By dual interface, I mean you have the chip so you can plug it in a POS terminal or on a smart card reader, and it has also the NFC capabilities. It's free and open source, the applet running on the card, so you can build your own. It's also important because if you are somewhere and you don't want to trust a third party like SatoChip, you can just go on GitHub, download the applet, and load it on a compatible Java card. You can currently store up to, it's even more now, 100 token proofs. So the token proofs are like the bill. So when you give a $20 bill to a merchant to pay for something for 15, he will give you 5 back. And this 5 back is a proof in the Cashu protocol. So you have a bunch of bill in your pocket, and you can spend them and receive back some proof that are spendable. The SatoCash support multiple mints and key sets, so it can be connected with a lot of trusted mint or your own mint. It's also protected by a PIN code, meaning even if you lose your card on the street, just like your bank card, nobody can use it. And we can put spending rules and conditions on the smart card. For example, you can say, okay, I'm here at the conference, they are using the Cashu protocol, I'm okay to spend without my PIN code if the threshold is 10 euro, meaning each time you spend under 10 euro, you don't have to provide your PIN code. Above 10 euro, the POS terminal will ask you the PIN code. And we can also put on-card governance. For example, I always accept to pay with my card on a BTC Pay server post terminal, but I don't want to spend when it's not in my whitelist, for example. So you can also define rules for specific smart card emission. SatoCash, currently it's also a mobile application, so you can spend the tokens just by tapping the card on the mobile app, and you can also top up your smart card with the application, meaning if you want to put more eCash token on your smart card, you can do it with your mobile phone or, for example, with a POS terminal. Which is also great with the POS terminal. It has the dual interface, so you can either plug the card inside the terminal or tap the card on top of the terminal. And one big job we are working on currently is also accepting payment through a web browser. So you just have to tap the card or plug the card on your computer, and you can spend through your web browser directly to a merchant. So no need to go via a third-party application. You can pay directly from your card to the merchant. Yeah, so I will show you 2 videos. I don't know, the first one will pop up. Okay, it's okay. So this is the Macadamia mobile application. And in this video, I will just show you how to top up the smart card and how to offload the smart card. So the process is really simple.
Enter the desired amount of sats you want to convert and optionally a note to the recipient. Then click on Generate Token. You now have some token on your wallet. Let's input them to your SatoCash smart card. Just scan your card on the top of your phone. Now I will show you how to redeem some token from your SatoCash smart card. Click on Receive, then click on Redeem. Click on Import from SatoCash, scan your smart card on the top of your phone, and there you go. Finish the process by clicking on Receive to get the tokens on your Macadamia wallet.
So it might be a bit simple as a show like that, because I just import and export token from the smart card, but it's really interesting for many use cases. You could easily imagine in this conference to offer Lugano Plan smart card with a few Cashu tokens, and people can exchange those tokens inside the conference without having internet access, privacy preserving, and also really easily. I mean, I can just tap my card on your phone, I can just tap my card on the POS terminal, and then everything is inside the Lugano Plan B. And when you go outside of the Lugano Plan B, you can just redeem your token for Bitcoin. So it's really interesting for this use case. And for the second video, I will show you the same work, but with a POS terminal. So I emulate this on my phone, but it can be embedded in any POS terminal running Android.
The POS has a feature to allow a customer to check the balance of his smart card. The customer scans his card on the POS and discover he has 50 sats preloaded. The merchant can create an invoice of any amounts to be paid. The customer then taps his card on the POS terminal to pay the invoice. If the amount exceeds a certain threshold defined by the customer, the PIN is required. Now, the payment is settled. If the customer checks again his balance, he will now have 40 sats. The POS has also a top-up feature allowing to load the smart card with eCash tokens. In this case, I will add the token proofs manually. Then, the customer will be able to scan his smart card to top up his balance. Here again, the PIN code is required to prevent any malicious interaction with the card. And there you go. The customer smart card has now 10 more sats. And it can be quickly verified using the balance check feature.
So in this video, it was the same process. I mean, top up and loading the card and paying with the card to a merchant. This is also a work in progress, so we have a lot to do regarding the user interface, but the most features are already done. So this is the end of my presentation. We looked at how the current fiat system was built. It was successful until the US government decided to change the world and decide not allowing people to exchange those paper for gold. I truly think that we have a good solution with Bitcoin, but I'm also a bit skeptical by allowing Bitcoin to be just like the dollar. I mean, we cannot exchange Bitcoin easily nowadays. I'm sure that Cashu solved this problem, and we just need to tool Cashu to bring hardware and software solution on top of Cashu to allow everyone to exchange Bitcoin, eCash, eCash-backed token easily. Thank you very much. Is there any question? Yes.
Yes, hello. Thank you for your presentation. I have a question regarding the capacity of your card. So you mentioned 128 tokens. If I give you 3 Satoshis, so probably that would then use 2 of those slots, right? Because you have 2 eCash
Yes.
tokens there. So is that enough capacity for a real use case in the merchant space? You know, when you have a lot of paying and then getting back, you know, the exchange?
So regarding the one who will pay, I think it's enough. It's just like your leather wallet. You don't have 10,000 euro in your wallet with all the bill. So you have maybe 50 euro, 20 euro, 2 bill of 1 euro and a few coins. And it's enough. Whenever you need more, you go to the bank, here the means, and you say, okay, I need more because I will spend more. So that's the idea. And I think it's way than enough. And we are also working on a new protocol that will improve the space and how we save those token proof to maximize the distribution of the proofs and allow people to easily spend those tokens without going back to the mints and say, okay, I need more proofs or changing the proofs too often. Yes. But short answer, it's way than enough currently for daily use. Yes.
Good, thank you.
If someone purchases $1 million, mints worth of Cashu, what happens if the protocol is no longer being supported by developers?
Same question for Bitcoin. You put the trust in some developers to maintain Bitcoin. It's completely open source, so we think, okay, if someone disappears or if a big corp is buying the Bitcoin core dev to change something, we will no more have the Bitcoin we like or we know nowadays. It's the same for Cashu. I think it's a novel approach, a novel protocol, but if people build on top of it and if we see good use cases, it will become more and more popular. And at the end, the mint will always give you your Bitcoin backs, except if they completely shut down. But as you can run your own mints, there is no problem. So even if the protocol and the whole situation fails, meaning there are less and less users until nobody uses Cashu anymore, you can still redeem your token, your own token for Bitcoin and go out of this system. It's not like gold. Gold, the government decided to stop and say, no, you bring your token back and we will give you a little gold, and then we change the rule. With Cashu, it's not the same. I mean, you can bring your token back and, okay, it failed, but at least you still have your own Bitcoin. That's the idea.
Hello, thank you for the presentation. Who do you think will be the mints in the future, and how can we make sure, and how can we trust them?
That's a good question. And also current problems, because it's the chicken and eggs problem. The more a mint have user, the more the mint is popular, but also the more Bitcoin the mint has. So it can be tricky. Maybe the guidelines would be run your own mints if you can, or try to split your tokens among a lot of mints to reduce your exposure to only one mint. And a last approach for Cashu was the pay to multi-mint, meaning you can pay just one invoice and it will be spread towards multiple mints that will give you tokens from multiple mints, reducing your exposure to one single mint. And I don't know who will run mints. It's just like now with the Lightning networks, we saw big companies running Lightning nodes and channels for people, and I think mints will follow the same path. Yes.
Where can I get one or two of your cards to try out and program and test?
You can come by and I will give you one.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
The second part is, like, if I work behind a bar part-time, and how do I integrate the payment into our back-end system?
That's a very good question, and I think we are too early now to tackle this question, because we are just building the tools to allow people to exchange this cash, this eCash easily. But yeah, the idea is to maybe give you a POS terminal that will operate by itself, meaning you can set up some rules saying I would like to, when a customer pay me eCash token, I would like to instantly convert 100% of this token with the mint to ensure that I can get my Bitcoin back, or you can say 50-50, and then those Bitcoin are paid to your Lightning wallet instantly. So you have something completely detached from your...
it's not so much about the conversation, it's more about like, I'm selling you a drink, how is in our database, in our backend, it converts to, hey, -1 drink, we sold 1 drink.
It's not yet available, but I'm pretty sure the more the protocol will be popular, the more people will build on top of it. And for example, some people are currently working on a BTC Pay server plugin for Cashu, meaning you will be able to benefit from all the BTC Pay features and the Cashu payment functionalities. So it will come.
And last beginner question, if I buy a Cashu token like peer-to-peer with cash from someone, what's a good way to go about to test if this Cashu token has not been spent before?
If you want to be 100% sure, you have to go back to the mint and melt it to get Bitcoin back. So you are sure that the token is valid.
Yeah, so I have to do that while I'm
for example, but it's like a kind of a trust. I mean, if Plan B Lugano organize a big payment conference using Cashu tokens, everybody will trust the conference because, we are here for Bitcoin. They will not screw you. So it depends on the context. If you are in a city and the city decided to issue its own tokens, people will trust the city, of course. So it's more, a matter of people trust. And it's strange to say that because Bitcoin learned us not to trust anybody. But with Cashu, it's more like a social trust. It's not a third-party trust.
Could you tell us more about the difference with Lightning, the advantages of Cashu? Is it only privacy or?
I think privacy is a good point, but also usability by everyone everywhere. Lightning requires connectivity, internet connectivity, for example. It's also not very easy to run a Lightning node. You need to manage your channels. But basically, they are doing the same, allowing people to exchange Bitcoin very more easily. So that's the idea. I'm not against or for one or another solution, but the fact that Cashu can be used completely offline and on any medium, meaning you can exchange a Cashu token because it's only data proof. You can exchange it by sending an email. I think this is the most crucial part for many reasons. Not only for a conference, not only for a city, but if you are in Africa, if you are in a country in war, you can quickly set up and quickly spin up a whole monetary system. You just need a few POS terminals connected to internet, a few smart cards, you preload them with tokens, and there you go. People can exchange, you create a new monetary system in, let's say, 10 minutes, and you need one internet connection for the POS that will check the balances. Okay, you have to trust this whole ecosystem, but you cannot spin up this system with Lightning, for example. So they will both coexist for different use cases, but they will both, I hope, succeed.
And is the smart card required, like hardware, or can we do it on a phone?
You can exchange those tokens with phone, by email, using an SMS. The smart card is just another layer that I hope will bring mass adoption to the money, because people don't like to spend money if they can't touch the money. So if you ask my mother to spend some money using her phone, she will say no. But if I give her a card and say, okay, you can just tap the card and spend the money and provide the PIN if needed, she will say yes. So that's also the difference. But it's only a tool, another tool. I mean, you can have the smartphone, you can have the email, you can have the smart card, whatever you want.
And for the server, for the main parts, can we run it on a Start9 server?
I don't know. I think it should be possible. I'm not sure, but should be, yes.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the talk. Can you expand upon Cashu's integration into BTC Pay servers?
So I'm not behind this integration, but we are working with those guys who are working on it. So the idea is to provide an official Cashu plugin that people will be able to install on the BTC Pay, and allowing people to accept eCash, could be online or on a POS terminal. But I have not many more information about that. Sorry.
Sure. Can you talk about that group?
Yes. So it's a group of 3 people, including SatoCash. I know that Calais from Calais BTC is on it. We also have a guy from Poland, and another guy called Lawler First. He might be here today. And yes, they are doing a great job behind the scene. And we also talk with Nicolas Dorier, which is the BTC Pay emperor, because he really likes the Cashu ID, especially for payment, of course, because he works on BTC Pay. So my dream, maybe next year, is to provide a complete Cashu ecosystem for a conference, for example, this one. And people will be able to spend their Cashu tokens on their phone, on a smart card, whatever you want, using the BTC Pay server.
Thank you.
You're welcome.